I have created this dashboard in Python using Plotly dash library. This dashboard has one input component, one data table, and three charts. These are connected to drop-down list, and by changing any region value from the drop-down list, all data is updated on these four charts. For example, if I select this region, I can view all columns using the horizontal scroll bar. This horizontal bar chart displays top countries by population for this region. This line chart displays birth rate versus death rate for these countries, and this chart has two y-axes. This is primary axis and this is secondary axis. I have used line chart for secondary axis and bar chart for primary axis. This secondary axis display area for each country, and this primary axis display population for each country. So let's view code how to create this dashboard. First of all, import dash library and pandas, then import the CSS file. You can download this CSV file using the below link, and you can also copy this code using the below link. I have converted some columns to object type and flow type. Go to the Jupyter notebook. We can see here all columns for this data. This is comma separated file. We can see here comma instead of point. So I have converted or replaces comma to dot. I also have changed type of these columns. So by using this method or using replace function, we can separate comma into point, and we can also change using as type function to change the type of columns. For example, in net migration column, we can see here comma instead of point. I have converted comma to point. Then we can see below the comma is replaced to point. We can check d types of all columns using d types function. I have mentioned here all columns that I have changed d types and replaces comma to point. I also have fill 0 in the blank cells of this data frame using fill na function. Then I have given name to this app. After that, I have created layout of this dash app. I have used id main container in the dash app layout. We can see here in this file CSS properties for this id. Then I have created this row. In this row, I have set title for this dashboard. We can view here the title of this dashboard is world countries information. Then in the second row, I have created drop down list. I have used this class name to style in the CSS file this drop down list. We can view in the style.css file. Then I have created data table. First of all, in this row there are two dash core components. One is graph and one is data table. I have used many properties for data tables to display data on the web page. So this is the idea of data table that I have used in the callback. This parameter is used to select columns from the data source. In this case, I have used all columns. Then I have created sort properties in the data table. We can view in the data table. So we can sort using these symbols in the data table. Then I have used style cell properties to format cells in the data table. Then I have used style properties to format header of this data table. I have used this ID in the callback. So output is this ID and the type of output is data. The input is this ID. This is the ID of drop down list, and I have used value for this drop down list. After that, I have defined the function to get dynamic value in the data table. I have filtered the region column using this ID. This is the ID of drop down list. I have used same ID as key in this argument. Then I have used this ID in the data frame to filter the region column and get data for each region or selected region in the data table. Then I have created graph layout of horizontal bar chart. This is the ID of horizontal bar chart. I have used here this ID in the callback as output, and I have returned the output figure. The input ID is the ID of drop down list, and I have defined here another function. I have used same ID in this argument as key. Then I have used here group by function to get values of population and area for each region and country. As we can see here, this horizontal bar chart displays top values ascending to descending. So I have created another data frame to get top countries values for each region. So in the data section, I have used this data frame to filter region value to get population. In the x-axis, we can see here this is the x-axis of horizontal bar chart. I have used bottom margin 0. I can remove, then save the code. Now we can see horizontal axis of this horizontal bar chart. I have used margin 0 to increase the size of this horizontal bar chart. So I have displayed values in the horizontally. I used here same value. Then in the y-axis, I have used country column to get all countries for each selected region. We can see on the chart, there are all countries for this region in the y-axis. Then I have used text parameter to get numerical values of population for each country. We can see here these values are called text. Then I have formatted this text using the text template parameter. I have selected text position auto. We can also select here inside or outside. If I select outside, then I will get these text value outside the bar. Then I have used this parameter orientation. The orientation of bar is horizontal. So I have used for horizontal edge. I have used marker parameter to change the color for all bars. Then I have used hover text parameter to create hover effects or hover information on each bar. I have used 4 values for hover information: region, country, population and area for each country. So if I hover on this bar, so I can see here region is Eastern Europe, name of country is Serbia and the population and area of this country. Then I have created layout for this horizontal bar chart. I have used these two parameters to change the background color of plot and paper. Then I have created title for this chart. I have used title font parameter to change the color and size and family of this chart. I remove this family properties for title. We can type here any family for this title. Then I have used this margin parameter to fix size of this inner layer of this horizontal bar chart. Then I have used x-axis to format x-axis values. In this case I have hidden the x-axis using margin bottom is 0. Then I have used y-axis to format y-axis values. These are y-axis values. I have used line color white and tick font direction outside and these values color. So the next chart is the combination of line and bar chart. First of all, I have created new row for these two charts and I have given 6 columns to each chart to make it responsive on any device using the CSS files. The ID of this graph is this. First of all, I have given ID as output in the app callback to get figure on the web page. Then I have selected input component ID here and returns value for this input ID. I have used same ID in the function argument as key. Then I have used group by function to get values for each country, population and area for these columns. So first I have created bar chart here. I have created x and y axis. I have given country values for I have given country name in the x axis and in the y axis I have given population values for each country. I have used name population. We can see this name here as legend. Then I have given this axis y-axis. Name of y-axis is y1. Then I have used column for colors for each bars. For color scale, I have used this color scale. There are many scales we can see on the Plotly website. Type of scales. Show color scale I have used false. Then I have created hover information. I have used all columns that I have mentioned in the group by function here to create hover information for each country. For example, if I hover on this bar, I can see here name of country and area, and I can see here on the pink card there are 6 information for this country. Then I have created line chart. First of all, I have created x and y axis. I have given this name to this scatter chart. Scatter chart represents to line chart in Plotly. Then I have used mode markers plus lines. This is markers and this is lines. If I want only markers, then I need to remove lines. If I want only lines, then I need to remove markers. Then I have given y-axis y2. This is y2, or we can call it secondary y-axis. I have used color for this line, static color, that is orange. Then I have created hover information. After that, I have created the layout of this combination chart, as well as I have created in the horizontal bar chart, except I have used this y-axis too, because this is secondary y-axis and this is primary y-axis. So all properties for these primary and secondary axes are same, except these two properties are in the secondary y-axis. I have mentioned here side of the secondary y-axis. I have mentioned right, so we can see here right side of this chart. I have mentioned here overlaying y, this is y-axis. So the secondary axis overlay on this lay. Then I have used legend properties for this combination chart. In the horizontal bar chart, in the y-axis parameter, to get bar ascending to descending, we need to put this property auto range reversed. If I do not use this property, save the code, refresh the page, we see here value descending to ascending. So if I mention in the y-axis parameter auto range reversed, I will get here reverse of the range from the data frame. In this way we can get bar chart in this shape. That is the proper shape of this bar chart. So the next chart is line chart. There are two lines. I have created above the ID of this bar chart. Then I have used the in component ID here to make it dynamic. I have used this data frame. Then I have created two data sets for this line chart. In this line I have used birth rate. All other properties are same. Then I have used for this line death rate column. We can see here this is birth rate line and this is death rate line. I have created here only one column for hover effect. In the birth rate line I have used 3 information and used 3 columns for hover information. Then I have created layout of this combination chart. This is the simple dashboard that I have created in Python using Plotly dash library. You can download these CSV files and copy the code using the below links in the video description and try to create in your code editor.